Hey, what's up guys? Your second favorite PE teacher, Denver, and these are the 6 worst building mistakes you guys keep making in Fortnite Battle Royale. I watch a ton of streams. I watch your guys' Twitter, Reddit, your Instagram clips. I see a lot of you guys making the same mistakes over and over, and it's getting you killed and preventing you from winning a lot more games. This video will be on building mistakes, and if you guys like it, click like and subscribe. Let me know though if you want to see more on shooting, editing, late game mistakes, and many more on habits we need to break to win fights and win games. Today's video is brought to you by Moot and is the best thing I've ever used when I need to find somebody to game with, either in duos, squads, or even some quick 1v1s that we'll talk about in this video. There's a Moot topic for probably anything you like out there, but the Fortnite one has awesome discussions, has memes, of course, and you can even promote your own YouTube channel, your streams, and post your highlights for everyone to see. I mainly use Moot for the latest news, but especially finding a good teammate for whatever you play Fortnite on. Just sort by what you feel like playing, and who knows, you might end up finding some amazing new friends like I have. So make sure you guys click the link for Android, iOS, or PC in the description right now. Check out Moot today. Thank you, Moot, for sponsoring this video, and let's get right into our 6 worst mistakes in Fortnite building. Number 1, a lot of you guys aren't shooting in between your builds. Even a single shot or two when you're ramping up can give you the height advantage and keep your enemy flustered. Long ago, Tfue and other pros exposed us to the floor shot and placement strat. You guys got really good at this one, but you need to start using this when ramping and placing walls as well. The best thing about this strat is that most enemies won't know when a shot is coming because the standard pattern is build, 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 pause, and then poke your head up and try to get a shot in. The new pattern you need to learn is your ramp, floor, wall, whatever combo you use to get those up, then lay down a shot or two, ramp, floor, wall, another shot or two. Change this pattern up though when you can knock down your opponent from their ramping by holding some SMG or AR fire on them, and the very moment you see them drop even a single level or even pause to protect themselves with like a wall from your gunfire, that's your window to build higher. You might be able to only get another floor, wall, ramp down yourself before you have to do this same pattern over again, but doing this with controlled builds and saving materials might end a fight before it even starts with some stray head or body shots. Number 2, I won't spend a lot of time on this one as long as you guys promise to stop wasting materials when building. Yes, we know you can build the Taj Mahal in a few seconds, but you lost sight of your enemy. Everyone around you can see the massively tall building you just unnecessarily built, and now you are getting third or fourth party because of it. Building high and building fast is rarely the smart thing to do. With the new 500 mat cap on each material, even if you have 1,500 total and you're maxed out, it can disappear fast, and you guys know this, leaving you at the bottom someone else's building and praying you can one pump someone. Most pros these days aren't even always getting height advantage in fights anymore. If you haven't noticed, a lot of the time they are fighting from below and extremely successful at it through the use of roof pieces, edits, and traps. So save those materials and focus on decision making instead, and you will watch yourself begin to dominate. Number 3, one of the reasons you guys waste so many mats is because you go into creative mode to practice your building. You build 90s after 90s and you get them down so well that nobody can beat you to the top. Then you go into a fight and you die, and you think it's because your 90s aren't fast or good enough. I've seen it a lot, and yes, you should get good at 90s, but get good at 90s in the right environment. A place where mats are unlimited, you don't need to worry about fall damage, you don't need to keep the enemy or even 2 enemies sometimes in mind, is not the right place to practice. A wide receiver in football can catch a ball all day when standing in place, and a quarterback's 20 feet away. So instead, he might run routes and he hits cuts as fast as he can, but that still isn't what it will be like in a real game. He's getting a little bit of that muscle memory down. Sure, it's not the worst thing in the world. It is helping. So what's the best thing he can do? Run one-on-one with the best opponent he can find. If he can beat the best person he knows and learn every strategy that will be used against him, he will know how to beat almost anyone. Fortnite's the same way. Find the best people you know, put your ego aside, and get ready to lose a ton, and then fight it out in 1v1 after 1v1. You'll get smoother, you'll get more efficient in your building, you'll get better at shooting in between builds like we learned in the first mistake. Your edits will improve naturally instead of just running editing courses. Everything will improve as a whole, and you'll be doing it in the best possible environment. Make it fun. Make, I don't know, a bet between a friend or two. Don't get tilted because there's nothing on the line, and if you do get tilted, ask yourself why. Chances are it's your ego, and one of the best things you can do in Fortnite is to put your ego aside. And instead of whining that some guy killed you or something's not fair or an item should be removed from the game because he had like a better gun than you or something, like, think about what you can do next time in that exact same situation. Anyway, that will be for another video, possibly coming out another day, because getting on tilt is something I've faced myself. I've had to overcome like a lot of you guys. I just like to win, and I know you do too. Number 4, you forget to cone and floor yourself in on your ramp when you're ramping over an enemy. Some guys are getting so good that they actually want people to ramp over them because it is such an easy kill to cone someone, drop some walls around you before you even know what is going on. A trap or two later, and you're dead, or at least almost dead, and more importantly, you're on tilt because you're almost dead. They may not be better than you or anything, they just learned how effective this strategy is already, and they probably practice it in 1v1s with friends. Cough, cough. This one is okay to practice in playground or creative because you do want to get the editing muscle memory down to quickly edit a floor and a roof ahead of you in one smooth motion without stopping. If you get this down, you will for sure win more fights. Number 5, this one might not be all of you guys, but after you place your builds and you need to shoot, do you have a habit of pulling out your pickaxe first? I know when I get done ramping or even protecting myself from short-range shotgun shots, I always pull out my pickaxe before I pull out the gun that I need. Bad habits like these are what lead us to make more and more mistakes. The muscle memory I keep referring to is doing something over and over until you don't need to even think about it anymore, and it's often a really good thing to build up, just like a basketball player in their shooting form. Bad habits that form over a long time are insanely hard to break. I still have the worst habit of ramping over someone and just editing my stairs, dropping right down in front of an enemy. I lose these fights almost all the time because I think I'm like tricking my opponent or I'm trying to look cool or whatever it is, but really it's just a dumb play, and like I said, I usually die because of it. It's a super predictable edit and I do it all the time. It's a bad habit that I have. So if you're having these bad muscle memory habits like I do, spend some time in creative and focus only on that one habit and overcoming it. It will feel unnatural and really weird at first, but just like that basketball player with bad form, his skill ceiling gets way higher if he does it the right way eventually. So suffer that short-term loss or 2 or 5 or 10 losses, and eventually you will be better than you were before. Even pro players like Cypher PK, Nick 830, I'm sure many more have changed their entire keyboard and mouse bindings, and I can only imagine what they went through at first getting used to the new ones, especially while trying to keep up streams and videos and practicing for tournaments. I'm still trying to get used to not needing to press my sprint key, something as simple as that, but I do all the time anyways. So let's overcome these bad habits together so we can stop sucking. Number 6, and the last one we'll talk about today, is a building and shooting combo, but this one is especially for me because every time I am controlling a fight and it's a sure win, my opponent is scrambling after I pop them for like 100 shotgun damage. I get all their shield up, and then what do? I jump down right next to them and SMG, battle it out, and then I usually die. It's such a dumb mistake I make when I can just continue my build, my edit game up top. I can get a free kill and just move on and probably even win that game if I stop making this dumb mistake, but instead I end up dead. It's all good though. I know it's a huge mistake I'm making, but for some reason I do it almost every time. Or sometimes I'll shotgun one time, I'll hit him for like 30 shield damage, I'll switch to my SMG and I'll just spray and hope it kills them while not even switching back to my shotgun for another big blow. I just shake my head at myself and then I go on and make the same mistake the next game. But I think that's why a lot of you guys like my videos. I'm in this with you. I want to get better at the game just like you do, instead of just preaching from like a high balcony telling you you're bad and like here's what just you should do. No, it's here's what I should do too. I learn from my own tips all the time, and especially in putting these videos together, I do a ton of research on this stuff. And you know, a lot of these tips are from watching the pros. A lot of these tips are things that I may not even be able to do fluidly and efficiently yet, but like I said, I'm in this with you guys. I'm trying to get better as you get better, and you know, it's just a journey. It's just a journey. Don't expect instant results, just like anybody who's ever been good. Of course, I talked about football and basketball references, but sometimes it takes a lot of years to be good. But I want to get better quicker. I don't want to just get better slowly over time. I want to get better fast. Like, that's my goal, to be as efficient as possible and to learn the most that I can. But anyways, click my other videos right now and check check them out in the description or sidebar and use code thatdenverguy YT. And actually, we'll have a contest soon. I'll tell you more about it on both Twitter and Instagram. So follow those too. And thank you guys for watching. Remember to check out Moo. I might even be hopping in to find some of you guys for some 1v1s on the Looking for Group page. So anyways, see you guys in the next video. Love, Denver.